What's going on YouTube? JT's Warren here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in today's video, we'll be talking about Batman issue number 113. This one's written by James Tynion IV, with art by Jorge Jimenez. There's also a Clownhunter backup, written by Brandon Thomas, and we'll get to talking about that one in a second. We'll go ahead and get started talking about this thing. So, Batman number 113. How best to describe this thing? I mean, I thought this issue was just kind of okay, and that's kind of becoming a trend with the Tynion Batman book. The artwork is so damn good, but the story itself is moving at a snail's pace, and really kind of everything in this one, like, it's just no progression really in the story. It's basically reiterating things we've already known about the Fear State, why the Scarecrow's doing it, and we're just doing the same thing again. Like, the only interesting thing, or the only new thing that we kind of learn about this thing, so Batman has this little VR headset that apparently can kind of go into his mind, and Ghostmaker, we get to see through a memory that he had a conversation with the Scarecrow, so he's been kind of linked to Scarecrow now. Why he didn't bring this up beforehand when the whole Fear State event began is beyond me. But yes, Ghostmaker now has a connection to Jonathan Crane that goes back to him telling him about the whole Fear State and how fear makes everyone stronger and all that other fun stuff. So yeah, I mean, not really any progress on the story, all things considered. And that's kind of going to be the thing with Fear State. It feels like it's really going to start to slowly drag out every single issue. And I'm like, we have like 30 tie-ins. We have this thing here. I mean, I feel like we're just kind of like, you could have cut out like an issue or two with this whole event and just kind of, just started from there. But it felt like this thing was like, okay, we got to kind of pad this thing out. So that's what this issue feels like. It's kind of like a lot of padding. But we'll quickly summarize what happens. So yes, Batman's there, and he has a conversation with Renee Montoya, who thought initially he was dead because the Anti-Oracle said something about it. He tells him the whole situation about how the magistrate planted the bomb at City Hall. Simon Saint's in there, and how everyone's kind of working together. Montoya's like, oh, so you mean to tell me that Nakano gave all this power to the magistrate, and now they have literally lost control of their most dangerous weapon? Batman's like, yes. She's like, okay, look, I believe you, but I'm going to need proof of that to put a stop to the Saint and the magistrate. Actually, don't you have probable cause? Shouldn't you be out there investigating the magistrate and everything that they're doing? You are the police force of Gotham City. Shouldn't you be, I don't know, doing something? But no, she just kind of sits and's like, okay, Batman, you gotta do all this for me. Stupid. So yeah, Batman goes and he confronts the drones. He's basically on camera telling Simon Saint about what he's doing. Again, Jorge Jimenez's artwork really shines in just every single panel. The colors work too. It's got some of that neon looking stuff right there. Like the action, like you really get to see everything. It's really visceral. You get all sorts of different angles to the fight choreography, and you have some comedic reactions from Simon Saint. So like I said, I love the artwork here. Then we get the whole Batman VR headset thing with Ghostmaker going to his mind, and he's even jokes about kind of the dirty parts. You see Catwoman, you even see Talia al Ghul, and you see Poison Ivy for whatever reason. But I'm surprised they actually managed to include Talia, which makes me wonder, are we going to see her factor into more of the Batman books going forward? Because Joshua Williamson's taking over. He's also writing Robin. So I feel like they kind of want to fix that relationship a bit. Because back in the day, it was at least what Denny O'Neil said, it was kind of like DC's Romeo and Juliet with Bruce and Talia. And Son of the Demon's now considered canon. So it feels like they're going to be working towards trying to fix that a bit. But yeah, so we go into Batman's mind because Scarecrow had planted some subconscious programming. And again, Jorge's artwork just makes this kind of lackluster story just really kind of stand out. Without this artwork being as good as it is, this story would definitely be a massive, just you can skip it. But man, it's just Jorge's artwork is just so good, and that's really just carrying what I consider kind of a lackluster story. But yeah, so we just learned the whole thing with Ghostmaker and that, and yeah, that's kind of it. Also, Peacekeeper 1 comes across like Peacekeeper X or whatever, and yeah, that's it. I mean, they're gonna get into a fight. Peacekeeper 1 thinks he's the hero, but we don't know anything really about Peacekeeper X, so we're left not really in much suspense of what's going to happen. So hopefully the next issue kind of does something, because we have moved at such a snail's pace with this thing. The artwork is phenomenal. I've had to say this several times, but the artwork is so good, but really everything else is just kind of, you can kind of skip it. But yeah, so there we go. That's the main storyline. The backup is this Clownhunter thing where we last left Clownhunter off. He was hallucinating things about his parents, and he was falling off a roof after being like gassed by the Scarecrow. Nothing really happens in this thing. There's one part of this backup that I really liked, and that's like this 2-page spread right here. It says Clownhunter 2 of 3. I love this right here. It's a nice tribute to Pac-Man. The artwork is spectacular right here. I really, really like this. I wish the whole issue was kind of done in this style. This is definitely something really a nice little creative nod to Pac-Man and just the way it's just done here. I really like this. I mean, you see all the different clown hunters there. I think it's really cool, and really not much else even happens here. It's still like culminates in Clownhunter just kind of falling and stuff like that. So yeah, I mean, it unless the part 3 of this is going to have like a really big grand epic reveal or something, like the Clownhunter backup just feels kind of like a waste of time. I don't even know why it's here. I'd rather have the issue almost just be kind of shorter, and then rather than just include backups that just don't really add much to it at all. So yeah, I guess my final thoughts on Batman 113 is Jorge's artwork is the only thing really kind of carrying this title right now. I mean, the story is just, I'm not too into the magistrate thing. I just want to be kind of done with it at this point. Everything just feels like it's going at such a snail's pace. Like I said, Jorge's artwork is the thing that's really kind of carrying this thing right now, but it's not truly the most awful thing in existence. I just wish we could pick up the pace a little bit, but the unfortunate thing is we have all of October, and then we have all of November with this event. So I'm wondering, why are we still kind of wasting time reiterating some of the stuff that we've already been told several times already with the Fear State? We know what the Fear State is at this point. Can we just kind of move along and get some exciting twists and turns already? So I'm really hoping the next issue picks up the pace, because I just feel like so much of like the end of this Tynion run just feels kind of like padding, because they had to kind of reach a certain like number of books before he goes to doing his other comic stuff. So yeah. All right, well, that's all I really have to say about Batman 113. You can honestly really skip it, but if you really got to read it, then you're going to get some gorgeous artwork out of it. Clownhunter backup is pointless, although that one, or I should say 2 pages in this case, of the whole Pac-Man thing with Clownhunter looks really, really cool. So yeah, that's all I have to say about this issue. What did you think of Batman 113? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Be sure to hit that bell for notifications. Like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, and as always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.